Okay, so now it's time to set up GitHub. So head over to github.com, and if you already have an account, log in. My account is Flat Planet. If you want to follow me, that would be cool. Go ahead and sign in if you have an account. If you don't, sign up. It's totally free. I'll leave that to you. You can figure out how to do that on your own. But we want to come over once we log into your sort of profile. And if it either dumps you right here when you log in, or you can click on this little picture up here and go to your profile, which is just right here. And then up here is repositories. And what we want to do is create a new repository. So click the new button and give it a name. So I'm going to call this Rails installation. Call it whatever you want. It's not really that important. Then come down here. We want to keep this public. Public is free. Anyone can see this, but we don't really care. We're not creating trade secrets here. This is just a simple test thing. If you want to keep this private, if you have a company, if you have a startup, whatever, click here, but then you have to pay $7 a month for the repository, which not cool, right? So we can leave the rest of this as defaults and then just create repository. So one last step, scroll down here to this last thing right here. We need to add these two commands into our terminal. So go ahead and copy this and pull up our screen here. Now I changed the gem file a little bit, so I need to save that before we push this. So I'll go git add period, git commit -am. Let's go tweaked gem file. Okay, so now we can right click and click paste to paste in this command that we just got. Oh, you know what? Before we do that though, almost missed a step. Ooh, disaster. Caught it in time though. Before we do this, we need to add our SSH keys. So let's go back here and open in new tab. Oops, no. Yeah, I'm just gonna click here and open this in a new tab. And I'm gonna come up here to this little picture and then click on settings. And then SSH and GPG keys, right? So we need to add a new key. So click right there, and you can call this anything you want. I'm just gonna call this my Windows computer, and then paste in our SSH key. And to do that, we looked at this earlier. We just go cat, and then C users flatplanet.ssh. And then it was what? id_rsa.pub, if I remember correctly. Yes, so there's all this. So just come up here right to the top SSH thing and just drag your mouse, hold the button down, highlight it all, right click and copy, and then come up here, right click and paste. And boom, it's gonna ask you to confirm your GitHub password. Let's see, my GitHub password has been reported as compromised due to reuse of that password on another service by you or somebody else. GitHub has not been compromised directly. Okay, that's weird. Well, you're not going to see that error. It wants me to change my password. I'll go ahead and do that later. But we could see my Windows computer has been added, and so we're good to go. So now we can come back here, and let's highlight this command again and copy this. Head back here to our bash terminal, right click and paste, and then enter. And then finally, this last guy right here, copy, right click, paste. And are you sure you want to continue? Yes. This is going to add GitHub's RSA key to our known host file. So now it's asking for the passphrase, the password for our SSH key that we created way back when, right? So if you added a password, type that in here. If not, just hit enter. Okay, so it's doing its thing. So now we can come back here, click on profile, and click on repositories. And then here's our new repository that we just created. It says updated just now. So if we click on this, we can see here's all of our files that we just pushed up. And you can see right here, the gem file. Remember that second message I put when I tweaked the gem file? That's where these commit messages are really cool. whenever you create a new commit message, it'll show up here. It's a great way to sort of visually track the changes in your code. So if we click on this, we can see this file doesn't have any comments on it. So that's cool, but let's go back to our code really quick. And let's say I want to add a comment. Adding a comment, right? So Control S to save this, or you can come up here to File, Save. Now, since I've made a very minor change, let's go through the git process one more time. So let's clear the screen. So git add period, git commit -am, and then added new comment to gem file. Okay, so now from now on, whenever we want to push our code up, we just type git push. Ask for the password. Boom. Now this is the password to our SSH key, not to GitHub, just our RSA key or SSH key, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so now it's done that. Now, if we come back here and hit reload, we can see add a new comment to gem file. If we click on it, we see adding a comment has been added and everything has been saved, and it's super cool. So we are now set up with Git version control. We're set up with GitHub, so we can push our Git version control up to GitHub, and we're good to go. So in the next video, I think we will add the last piece of software tool that we need, the Heroku tool belt. This will allow us to push all of our code up to Heroku in order to host it on an actual website, So we'll look at that in the next video.